Let's have a chat.
Commander, something you need?
Ship
How's the
status
Normandy
report.
performing? Is she everything they said she'd be?
She's the best ship in the fleet. If you've got a pilot who knows how to handle her.
And do I?
Balance it. The Normandy's probably too much ship for your average Alliance pilot, Commander. Lucky for you, I'm anything but average.
I'm glad you have confidence. Like, healthy amounts of confidence. In regular-ass society, they'd be like, oh no, he's being cocky, get him out of here. But no. Everyone should be aware of their gifts and abilities and be confident about it. Let's
I'd like to know my crew.
Chat.
Mind if I ask you a few questions?
I can see where this is going. You did a background check on me, didn't you?
No, I didn't.
Well, I'll tell you the same thing I told the captain.
Yeah?
You want me as your pilot. I'm not good. I'm not even great. I am the best damn helmsman in the Alliance fleet. Top of my class in flight school, I earned that. All those commendations in my file, I earned every single one. Those weren't given to me as charity for my disease.
Charity? A disease? Are you contagious? Get the hell away from me. No, what? I didn't mean to insult you.
I'm sorry, Joker. I didn't even know you were sick.
You mean you didn't know? Oh, crap.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got Vrolik syndrome, brittle bone disease. The bones in my legs never develop properly. They're basically hollow, too much force and will shatter. Even with crutches and my leg braces, it's hard to get around. One wrong step and crack! It's very dramatic. But I've learned to manage my condition.
I should laugh. I should not.
Put the Normandy in my hands and I'll make her dance for you. Just don't ask me to get up and dance unless, you like the sound of snapping shin bones.
I don't, but I bet Rex does. Rex and Garrus probably. So anytime there's a dance party, I'll be like, hey guys, we'll make Joker dance at the end of the night, and then we'll hook him up to the med bay. I have a feeling he's had to give that speech a lot, which is why he was so well prepared. Tell me about
Why does everyone call you Joker?
Yeah.
It's a lot shorter than saying Alliance Flight Lieutenant Jeff Moreau. Plus, I love to make little children laugh. One of the instructors in flight school used to bug me about never smiling. She started calling me Joker, and it stuck.
Were you unhappy?
Why didn't you ever smile?
Hey, I worked my ass off in flight school, Commander. The world's not going to hand you anything if you go around grinning like an idiot.
That's
By the
me,
end of the
though.
year,
That's how
I was
I
the
go.
best pilot in the academy. Even better than the instructors, and everybody knew it. They'd all got their asses kicked by the sickly kid with the creaky little legs. One guess who was smiling at graduation.
That's good. I'm glad for you. I like you, Joker. Funny enough, right next to my screen right now, I have this big painting of Mark Hamill's Joker from Arkham in the style of a Joker card. No.
I classify my case as moderate to severe. Oof. I was born with over a dozen fractures, hip, thighs, ankles. My bones were already breaking in the womb. 100 years ago, I wouldn't have survived past my first year. Lucky for me, modern medical science has turned me into a productive member of society.
I was just thinking of the beginning of Unbreakable. That's a good damn movie. Real quick, M. Night Shyamalan. I enjoy his movies, even when they're crap. When he bangs it out, he bangs it out. Unbreakable's great. Split is great. I've never seen The Sixth Sense because how am I supposed to watch it now? Because I know what happens. So what's the frickin' point? Well, we all know about the disaster of 2010. We don't need to talk about that though. Let's change the subject.
I'm not trying to make you
Before I do any world charting, I'm going to talk to people, take a piss.
Tomorrow.
Okay, back at it again with the white vans. So spicy, man. All right.
If anyone has to take over for Captain Anderson, I'm glad it's you. I'm not sure about having non-humans on our ship, though.
I want to know if you have a problem with non-humans.
It's not that, Commander. Humanity has always handled its own problems. Saren attacked one of our colonies. We should be the ones to stop it. We don't need their help.
Always
Some
have
people
help
think
when
asking for help is a sign of weakness.
Yeah.
That's just being stupid and stubborn. No matter how strong you are, allies can make you stronger.
I guess so. Maybe I'm just stuck in the old ways of thinking. But don't worry, Commander. This won't be a problem.
I'm sure. Just go somewhere. Oh, hi. Sorry. Didn't mean to get right in your face there. Sorry if you're going to hear chewing and gross noises. I am eating a croissant. Medical stuff. I don't know what I expected. Alright, Kaden, what's up? Ever since I kicked you out for the aliens, how you been? Are your headaches good? Oh, why did it have that shot of me walking up like that? Stop it, game. Elevator. Hey, Garrus, what you looking at? What's this? Real name.
Thanks for bringing me on board, Commander.
You're
I knew
welcome.
working with the Spectre would be better than life at CSEC.
Oh, you knew, huh? How so?
Have you worked with the Spectre before?
Well, no, but I know what they're like. Spectres make their own rules. You're free to handle things your way. At CSEC, you're buried by rules. The damn bureaucrats are always on your back.
True.
Being a Spectre does have its advantages.
Exactly my point. If I'm trying to
Seems
take
you're
down a
too eager
suspect,
to
it shouldn't matter
go
how I do
outside
it,
the
as
law.
long as I do it. But CSEC wants it done their way. Protocol and procedure come first. That's why I left.
That's your reason?
So you just quit because you didn't like the way they do things?
There's more to it than that. It didn't start out bad, but as I rose in ranks, I got saddled with more and more red tape. CSEC's handling of Saren was typical.
rough.
I hope you made the right choice. I'd hate for you to regret it later.
Well, that's sort of why I teamed up with you. It's a chance for me to get off the Citadel, see how things are done outside CSEC.
Yeah, it's always
Either
good to
way,
stretch your legs.
then maybe I can get the job done my way for a change.
That depends. What's my cut?
If getting the job done means endangering innocent people, then no. We get the job done right, not fast. Got it?
I wasn't trying to. I understand, Commander.
Sorry. Okay.
I wouldn't mind talking more later, though.
Okay.
Dismissed, Chief.
Ma'am.
You know, everyone needs a little girl time. I can do the girl and relax talk with Tally. But Ashley is like, no, go get him attitude. Hi.
Nice ship you've got, Shepard. What can I do for you?
Personal
What's your
inquiry.
story, Rex?
There's no story.
Really? I want to know more how I got.
Go ask the
Look,
Quarian if you
I
want
want to know
stories.
how you got those scars. I'll go to her in a second. I don't know how I should talk to him because I'm afraid of him. Healthy fear. Nothing wrong with a little bit of fear. That's what I strive for as Shepard. You know what?
You Krogans lived for centuries. Don't tell me you haven't had a few interesting adventures.
Okay, that was tame enough.
Well, there was this one time the Turians almost wiped out our entire race. That was fun.
I
Sorry.
heard about that. You know, they almost did the same to us.
It's not the same.
I don't like any of these options. Of course it's not the same. They fought for centuries to try and stay alive and not get wiped out. Meanwhile, it took us only maybe a couple of years. I agree with you, Rex, but the game won't allow me to. It isn't?
It seems pretty much the same to me.
Oh, stop. That's so arrogant.
So your people were infected with a genetic mutation?
No.
An infection that makes only a few in 1,000 children survive birth?
Gosh. That's
And
terrible.
I suppose it's destroying your entire species?
No.
I suppose it isn't all the same.
I don't expect you to understand, but don't compare humanity's fate.
I won't.
Sorry, Rex. I wasn't trying to get you upset.
Your ignorance doesn't upset me, Shepard.
Okay. What does?
For the Krogan, I gave up on them long ago.
Why?
The genophage infected us, but it's not what's killing us.
What is it
Are
then?
your people really dying?
We're sure not getting any stronger. We're not settlers. We're warriors. We want to fight. So we leave. Hire ourselves out. And most of us never go back.
That's a shame. I get the vibe that talking to Rex is like when you talk to your grandfather who served in a war. It's like, yeah, he's grumpy, but for a pretty good reason. Genophage.
What can you tell me about the genophage?
Ask the Solarians if you want details. They made it. It makes breeding nearly impossible. Thousands die in stillbirth, and most never get that far. Every Krogan is infected. Every one. And no one's rushing to find a cure.
Is it just that incurable?
Why don't the Krogan try to find a cure?
When was the last time you saw a Krogan scientist?
Fair enough.
You ask a Krogan, would he rather find a cure for the genophage or fight for credits? He'll choose fighting every time. It's just who we are, Shepard. I can't change that. Nobody can.
This kind of reminds me of little bit of Mandalorian culture and Star Wars and Viking culture, at least from what I'm familiar with it. Hey, we just want to fight and we just want to screw around all the time, but the good leaders are like, we can't keep doing that. We gotta gather the culture, we gotta take a minute to relax, settle down. But it seems like the Krogan haven't figured that out yet, nor have the Mandalorians. They're still going through shit, even in Star Wars canon. Well, I appreciate the talk. Give my shepherd a little smack in the face.
So long, Rex.
Shepherd.
Yeah, there she is. Whoa. Whoa, this is cool.
Hey, Commander, you know that Quarian, Tally? She's been spending all her time down here asking me about our engines.
Is that a problem?
I'll tell her to leave you alone.
What? No, she's amazing. I wish my guys were half as smart as she is. Give her a month on board and she'll know more about our engines than I do. She's got a real knack for technology, that one. I can see why you wanted her to come along.
I'm glad you were appreciating her. I was worried that everyone's gonna be like, ew, aliens and such, but you're appreciating her skills.
I figured she'd be a real asset to the team.
You got an eye for talent, Commander.
Fill me in on the IES stealth system. How does it work exactly?
Not that I give a rip.
You can't hide.
Tally, girl.
Your ship's amazing, Shepard. I've never seen a drive core like this before. A month ago, I was patching a makeshift fuel line into a converted tug ship in the flotilla. Now, I'm sitting on board one of the most advanced vessels in Citadel space.
Look at you.
I have to thank you again for bringing me along. Traveling on a vessel like this is a dream come true for me.
You're welcome. You into
I
ships?
had no idea you found ship technology so interesting.
Oh jeez, my PS4 is going off like crazy.
I can't believe your fleet's still using ships that are 3 centuries old.
Yeah, jeez.
They're constantly being repaired, modified, and refitted. They aren't pretty, but they work. Mostly.
That sounds like my car.
We've tried to make ourselves as independent as possible on the flotilla. Grow our own food, mine, and process our own fuel.
Oh, dang.
There are 17 million Quarians in the
17
flotilla,
million?
and each of us relies on the others for survival. The bonds among my people are strong.
Yeah, would be.
Unfortunately, we have had to surrender many of the freedoms and civil liberties other species take for granted.
Like...
What kind of freedoms?
Well, it's illegal for parents to have more than one child.
So they're trying
If our population grows too much,
I'm
it would strain our
that
resources
is
to
one
their breaking.
detail that could compare to, but not
Of course,
much.
we also
From
So the
everybody.
ultimate power rests with elected officials?
In practice, the conclave
In
and
practice,
the respective council for
but not
each
in
ship
execution.
tend to set the rules that govern our daily lives. But in theory, we are still under military jurisdiction. The 5 top-ranking military officials in the fleet serve on the Admiralty Board. These 5 have the power to overrule any decision by the conclave in case of emergency.
Okay. So, Geth. How about them Geth?
I want to know more about the Geth.
I doubt I can tell you anything you don't already know. It's been almost 3 centuries since they drove my people into exile. All I know is the story of their origins. What they were when we created them, and how they turned on us.
Well, can you tell me about that? Because I don't know anything about
The
it.
Geth were originally created to serve as an automated manual labor force. Initially, their intelligence was as limited as any VI. Over time, we made small modifications to their programming to allow them to perform more varied and complex tasks, bringing them closer and closer to true AI status.
Ooh. Isn't that
How
bad?
come the council didn't step in and stop you?
This wasn't true AI research. We may have been skirting the bounds of the law, but we never did
Well, it
anything
wasn't
that was actually
technically
legal.
illegal.
The changes were so insignificant, so gradual, that we were able to control them. Or so we thought. But one thing we underestimated was the power of the neural network. A million Geth thinking simultaneously created an inherently unstable matrix.
Ooh, you got a hive mind going on with
So
those
the
things?
Geth share brain power?
Many of the Geth's logic systems were designed to work in concert with other nearby
In
Geth.
concert?
Basically, the
We're
more of
going
them
to
you have in
rush.
a group, the smarter they are.
Like a hive mind, like I said.
Each Geth maintains an individual awareness and identity. The neural network only operates on a process-based level. It's basically the synthetic equivalent of a subconscious.
Okay.
But when they're in close proximity, they can coordinate low-level functional processes, freeing up more capacity for original or independent thought.
So, why?
What made them rebel?
As we built more and more Geth, their effective intelligence became more sophisticated, more abstract. One day, a Geth began to ask its Quarian overseer questions about the nature of its existence. Am I alive? Why am I here? What is my purpose? As you can imagine, this caused a near panic among my people.
Why? What's wrong with asking those
I
questions?
don't see what's so bad about those questions.
The Geth were created to engage in mundane, repetitive, or dangerous manual labor. That's fine for machines, but it won't satisfy a sentient being for long. The Geth were showing signs of rudimentary self-awareness and independent thought. If the Geth were intelligent, then we were essentially using them as slaves. It was inevitable that newly sentient Geth would rebel against their situation.
Inevitable, huh?
We knew they would rise up against us, so we acted first.
You acted first.
A general order went out across all Quarian-controlled systems to permanently deactivate all Geth. The Geth responded to this order.
Yeah, well, of course they did. Of course.
You didn't really think they'd just let you destroy them without a fight, did you?
The hope was that most of the Geth would still be little more than machines, incapable of organized resistance. But they had progressed much further than anyone anticipated.
Maybe they already were progressing and they were just choosing to be good.
Millions of Quarians died at their hands. In the end, we were forced to flee our own homeworld. Now we drift through space, exiled, searching for a way to reclaim what was once ours.
Well, let's discuss, shall we? They were becoming smarter, more intelligent, more sentient, asking those rudimentary questions to understand their identity, their purpose, and their pride. I ask these questions every day. Why am I here? What is my purpose? And you guys panicked. The same thing will probably happen in real life if we ever get that far with AI technology. It's like, oh shit, they're smart. Now they'll kill us. But that's a motivation of fear. So you just acted out of fear that they would realize that what was true is that you were using them as slaves and they could have a better purpose. What if you had just decided to have them live amongst you? We could have all been friends. It would have been fine. But no, you got scared, and so you were like, nah, we gotta turn them off. We're gonna turn on them first because they were obviously gonna turn on us. Well, you don't know that. If they had progressed that much and still remained complacent, then they probably chose to be complacent. Maybe they liked you guys. So you acting first was a dumb idea, so of course they fight back. When you attack an animal, they're scared, and when they're scared, they fight for their lives. Any creature will do this, including a robot. Anything will do anything to survive. I'm not going to say it served you right, because you just made a stupid decision. Well, you didn't, Tally. You weren't there. Your history books, your indoctrinated propaganda. So, let me just break it down for you.
It's hard to feel sorry for you. Your ancestors tried to wipe out another species.
We
I
made
didn't mean
a
it like
mistake
that.
when we created the Geth in the first place. But we did not make a mistake when we went to war against them. If we had not acted, they would have wiped us out.
Really?
They're a synthetic life form. They have no use for organics. None. Why do you think they cut themselves off from the rest of the galaxy? Why do you think they've killed every organic being who's ever tried to contact them?
How do you know that? Not
They
everyone.
didn't kill Saren.
What does that tell you? The Geth are not innocent victims in all this. They're the enemy. They want to destroy us. Not just the Quarians. All organic life. That's why they've joined up with Saren. And that's why we have to stop him.
Well, I'm with you there. But if they wanted to destroy all life, then they probably would have. They could amass an army to attack and declare war on all living beings, but no, they just did it with you guys. This is very deep. I don't know if we're ready for this. And I clearly can't argue with you, because that's all you know. That's your life. I can't pretend like your problems aren't realistic, and fair enough. I'll blame your ancestors. How about that? Let's talk about your
I
pilgrimage.
want to know more about the pilgrimage.
When my people reach maturity, we leave our birth ships and seek acceptance with a new crew. It's necessary to maintain genetic diversity among the fleet.
Let's not keep it in the family.
But no ship wants to accept someone who will be a burden on them. So, to prove our worth, we embark on a pilgrimage. Before we leave, we are given lessons in how to survive outside the flotilla, and given gifts to help us on our journey. We also receive implants to fight off sickness and disease. Generations of living in an isolated and highly controlled environment have left our immune systems weaker than most.
Alright,
I
cool.
want to talk about something else.
Like what?
Like nothing. There's nothing else to
I
talk
should
about.
go.
See you later.
Bye. I liked talking to her. I was enthralled by everything she had to say. I think that's a testament to the voice actress. Ash, I believe. Not that Ash. That's a different person. I'm on the Mako, bitches.
Check! Check!
Puppies! The L2 is getting to him.